Salvador Joseph Federico, born February 16th, 1924. That's all?
That's good.
Okay.
Sal, where were you born and where did you grow up?
I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. Early life in the old uptown neighborhood, and then moved into Broadmoor for the rest of my life. Until I married, then I moved in the City Park area.
So what type of child were you? Were you like sporty or like funny?
I was a spoiled brat. I came after 9 years after my sister ahead of me. So naturally I was little and left behind all along because they were all grown and I was just like a new monster in the whole deal.
Tell us about your parents. What were they like?
Just ordinary people. My father was a salesman. My mother was a housewife all her life. She just liked to cook, keep the family going. There were 4 of us, 2 sisters and 1 brother, and myself. And
What were your sisters like?
normal people. I mean, one of them was a college graduate. The other sister married when she was 17. My brother was a musician all of his life. He played with some of the big name bands throughout the country. And he, unfortunately, lived to be 101 years old, but complete Alzheimer's. And the only thing he knew was he still played his guitar. Played along with the Chateau Notre Dame. Played his guitar every day.
Were there any family traditions growing up that you can share? Any vacations that you took or funny stories?
Oh, well, we more or less spent, every vacation was on the Gulf Coast. We had relatives that lived in Bay St. Louis, and that was about early vacation, early childhood life. That was every summer I look forward to going to Bay St. Louis. The only other traditions were just family traditions, things that we did amongst ourselves. You know.
What high school did you go to?
Alcide Fortier, here in New Orleans, when it was an all-boys school. Not anymore.
Was there a teacher or adult who was your role model growing up?
I had found my admiration for Miss Laura Diskin, who was a Latin teacher at Fortier. And we got to be very friendly. And she was very influential in getting me a scholarship to Loyola when I graduated.
Do you or did you work? And like,
Yeah, what?
do you or did you work? And what was your job?
Yeah,
What was your job? What's your job?
what was my job?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what? At school?
Just like throughout your entire life, what did you do?
Well, I graduated in business from Loyola University, but worked maybe about 6 months and hated it, despised it. So I went back and got my degree in education and got into teaching, and I started teaching in 1946 and loved it. I taught at Jesuit for 46 to 58, started École Classique in 46, and I've been 56, and I've been there ever since.
If you could go back and do it all over, is there a different profession you would have chosen?
No, no way. In fact, I tried law for 2 years and hated it. Hated it. My mother wanted a lawyer, and I had nothing to do with it.
Do you remember like your first crush or your first kiss?
I didn't catch you, baby.
Do you remember your first crush or your first kiss?
Oh, my God. I guess it was with one young lady who was with me at Loyola, I guess. Probably.
Who is or was the love of your life, and did you marry them?
Yes. She was at Loyola with me, graduated the year after I did, and we went together practically the whole time I was at Loyola.
Can you tell me about your wedding day?
My wedding day? Oh yeah, it was quite an experience. In fact, it was at Holy Name of Jesus Church, up on at Loyola University. And our reception was the very first reception that was ever held at, which is no longer in existence, Lanford's Boulevard Room on Canal Boulevard. The very first wedding reception they ever had was ours. It was quite a nice affair. My in-laws put on a real fine affair.
Do you or did you have children or grandchildren?
I have 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, 7 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren.
What do you want them to know about you?
Well, they all know about me as an educator. In fact, they're all in education. The 4 children are all connected with Ecole University. I go to high school. 1 grandson is. The other ones have not gone into the field. They've gone in other areas. 2 are still in high school. And the great-grandchildren are still running around.
What would you say was the happiest time in your life?
The happiest time of my life, I think, is spending my days in New York City. I went to New York on my honeymoon and fell in love with New York. And I'd give anything in the world to be able to go back to New York before I die. I don't know if I'll get there since I'm on a walker, but I just love the theater. And I'd go to New York and stay a week, and I'd be at the theater every night that it opened and every matinee. I like the legitimate stage.
Do you have any regrets in life?
I don't think so, no.
What are you most grateful for?
What am I most grateful for? A family, a great close family, people who have been close to me, and friends who have kept me going, worked with me, helped me make it a success, and my family who have worked very hard to do so.
This is the last question. How is it that you would like to be remembered?
As an educator, giving boys and girls that which they need to make them successful in life, and to make them think that education is the thing they've got to have in order to get along. And to work hard and to always keep trying to be successful. Don't give up. Never stop working. That's about it.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To his lovely wife, who was your niece.
Yeah, right. Maria was my wife's,
Niece.
second sister.
Was
Marguerite.
Was Marguerite's daughter.
Marguerite's oldest girl.
Right.
And I was teaching Tommy at Jesuit. And I told him, I said, you know, I got somebody I want you to meet. And got them together, and they just stuck, and that was it. That was it. She had 3 sisters. One of them is still living. And the unfortunate part about it is all 3 of them died from the same thing, and now the other sister has it.
Yeah, Rosamund. Yeah. But you're the one that got Tom and Maria together, you know, so you're the reason it's about sitting here. I just wanted to make sure that
Yeah,
she...
when I got home last night from the hotel, I had a missed call on my cell phone.
Uh-huh.
Because my cell phone is crazy. I mean crazy. I can't even hear the stupid thing.